everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over some action figures from Captain Marvel and Secret Invasion, Yon Rogg, Talos, and Nick Fury from Marvel Legends. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. Before I start with the figures, this Captain Marvel in the front actually has a different head that I never went over. It's basically a combo of these two heads behind. It's a nice piece, has a little more sass and smirk than the other Captain Marvel heads, and looks very nice combined with the other two. Yon Rogg's head sculpt looks very nice from the sides at least. I do like all the different line work used to make this. It's very well crafted and super cool. That crest is really awesome too, going towards the front. The eyes are done in a sort of milky kind of silver, and the face looks nothing like Jude Law, the actor underneath the helmet. They probably couldn't get rights, but I do like that because this makes it a very generic head sculpt for like an army builder or something. The articulation is nice at least, and works pretty well for this figure too. The body is bulky, very boxy, and pretty cool. There's some airbrushing over here for this weapon. It looks pretty nice, kind of out of place though. It's really weird. I do like this little star on the top, and the black, silver, and sort of emerald-ish color look really nice over here. Articulation is fair at best. Not really that great, I would think. It does kind of crack a little bit underneath the pressing of all the joints together. It's fine and works well, just not all that great, I would think. The only accessory comes with this little blaster over here we've seen a million times before, and that's just fine. Yeah, it's an okay figure with an alright sculpt. Very boxy and bulky. And the legs are kind of boring. I do love this color though. It's very nicely done for this piece. It's really neat. I think the boots are really standing out as well. Go out and in and then up and back pretty okay. All the way back is nice over here. You get a swivel pretty much up here. It's kind of tight on mine as well. And a swivel at the boot finally. And then a down and an up and then a pivot with two pegals upon the feet. Definitely a big chunky clunky figure that could be used for an army builder. This Nick Fury head sculpt is really cool. This younger Samuel L. Jackson head sculpt is really nice as well. I love this piece. It's so great. I love the hair sculpt. It's very well detailed. The ears look really great, and the face, you can definitely tell, is Samuel L. Jackson's. You get a left and right over here, up and down, a little bit of pivot. The neck looks kind of weird though. It's very strange and sort of off the ball a bit, but a great head sculpt. Excellent. The body we've seen before. It's just your standard suited body. It has all the articulation you'll ever need, similar to Yon Rogg. Boring and bland, but reliable in a way. The jacket doesn't really get much in the way of anything, but this is really nice for a suited body and works out pretty well too. The legs are your boring standard legs for a suited body. They do have nice ankle articulation though, with swivels down and up pretty well, working out great with a nice knee over here as well as a swivel, and then out and in and up and back and all the way back, working out actually pretty well for this on the lower body, surprisingly. It could be new, I'm not sure for the time. He also has Goose and this gun over here. It's a nice gun, but we've seen it a lot of times before. It's just okay, I would guess. Goose is pretty awesome, actually, with some really nice painting as well as sculpt. There's even a scruff of the neck you can have him hold Goose with. I tried with this hand, doesn't work as well, but I'm surprised this works well for the gun. But I do love how this Goose figure looks. It's really awesome with the paint sculpt and articulation, kind of like Loki from the end of Avengers 1. And here's Nick Fury holding both versions of Goose. I find the old version to be worse than this new one. This new one is so much easier to really handle. You really have to trap him and contain him to get him to be a good figure to hold. Going over the box for the Secret Invasion Nick Fury, we have the logo here, Nick Fury over here, back here, Disney Plus, all the things you have to know. A scroll logo on the top with Marvel Legends, and a Build-A-Figure over here. Nice picture of Sam Jackson over here. On the back, we have another picture of him, all the accessory he has, as well as a Build-A-Figure piece. And on the side is building that Build-A-Figure. On the bottom are all the legalese pieces. Let's open this box, shall we? Here's the Build-A-Figure piece. I really don't need it, but I like the rivets. It's actually pretty cool. I'm okay with this head sculpt for Nick Fury. It's really shiny, though, and kind of scrawny and small. The eye patch is really big and kind of weird on his face. The beard is strange. The hat is fine, I would guess, but yeah, it's just not really that great a head sculpt to me, sadly. Get a swivel over here, and this actually does come off pretty weird. He is bald underneath. I may just keep this and get rid of the rest of the figure. Get a nice swivel over here, up and down over here. A little bit of pivot. It's just barely okay for me, though. The body is concealed in a trench coat. It's barely okay as a trench coat. Not really that much going for it. It's very bland. You go up this far and down, all the way around with swivel over here. here, and a really gummy elbow over here. It's very awful. You swivel over there as well, and then in and out with these giant hands. What is going on there? And the other side's fine. Don't really get a swivel that much out of this, and I really can't detect the articulation over here, but it just doesn't feel right and is very blocky and horrible. I can't even tell the legs are moving. You can go out a little bit this far and then up. It's not really there. You just swivel kind of up there. A double jointed knee. I'm going to have to swivel back to show you it works out fine as the other one. You get a swivel over here as well, and then down and then up, and a pivot with 2 pegos on the feet. Definitely a pass. Not really a great figure for me. He comes with 2 weapons over here, one smaller and larger one, I guess. This does not come off, unlike the G.I. Joes, though. The guns at least include blast effects over here that are pretty fine. We've seen these before, though. And these smoke effects, while bluish in tint and clear, not my thing, but work okay, I would guess. But putting anything in this barrel is a nightmare, though. The weapons, meanwhile, work well in his hands. I did have to chip a little bit of the plastic off a bit to get this into his hand better, but it works really nicely as well. And putting this head on this body works okay, I guess. It's fine. But I think this works well as a younger Nick Fury with that trench coat thing. It's kind of nice and a little mysterious, not like the other one with the hat. But what I thought initially was Red Skull. His head works super well on this body. The trench coat is very nice on him and just screams evil to me. Here are the Captain Marvel and Secret Invasion Nick Furies next to the Avengers Age of Ultron Nick Fury, or at least the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. version, I believe. But really, that one's a kit bash, and these other two are fine, but I think I love my Avengers / Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Nick Fury way more than these two. And for height comparison, the Captain Marvel Nick Fury stands at about 6 inches taller, so, and the Secret Invasion one stands about that height as well, next to Jesse Hecht Creative. That's it, I'm leaving. Just like Dr. Seuss, I'm taking the cats and the hat. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. I already went over a lot of Talos when I did my scroll review, but I love this head sculpt. It's really neat. The dappling is really nice on the head, the ears are super cool, and the face has that really nicely done kind of cuts in it that are really wonderful. Kind of looks like Thanos a little bit, but it pulls off differentiation well enough to be good. Get a nice swivel over here, up and down, pretty good on this figure. Nice pivot too. Great head sculpt. Awesome. The overlay for the coat piece is very sinewy and really neatly done. I love the sculpting on this. The purple is really great as well. The armor pieces stick out nicely. The articulation is kind of hindered because of this. You just swivel over there and back and forth, kind of-ish. It doesn't really work as well with this clamped on, but when you unclamp it, it looks pretty nice as well over here, with some really far back and really far forward for this body. And for the arms, you can go up really far and down really far for that, and all the way around. You can swivel over here, double joint elbow over there very nicely, and down with the swivel, and then up and down over here. Weirdly enough, this arm actually pops off for some reason. I'm not sure why. Defect or bug, it's really cool to have as a feature. And the legs have a little bit of purple as well over here, with some out kind of far and in and up pretty far and back pretty okay, and all the way back going around that bunching really weird. Not too great. Swivel up there, no swivel down here, down, then up, and a pivot with 2 pegos on the feet. Really cool figure, especially in an army. That's why I got him for my army builds. This thing keeps coming off, but yeah, that head sculpt is just genius. Taking a look at the plainclothes Talos box, we have Talos in plain clothes over here. Same stuff up before, same logo up there, all the logos over there. The side, we have a picture of Talos in his plain clothes. And now we have Ben Mendelsohn. Yes, I love this so much. Looks really great over here. Another leg for the Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure, and that Build-A-Figure is right over here, stuff over here. And now let's open this box and get it going. Here's the other leg for the Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure. It has the same rivets. It's fine. Let's just move on to Talos. The Ben Mendelsohn head sculpt is 10 out of 10. I love this piece so much. It looks really great. It looks like him. Really much like him. Really great. Our good old director Krennic. That's really cool. I really love this head sculpt though. It's super nicely done. He has a nice swivel over here too, and back and forth all the way around kind of on this neck. You can't really get the heights or lows you do with other heads, but this one has a new articulation scheme, as you can see from down here. The neck is a full piece. Looks kind of weird to me, honestly, having seen other figures with that. The clothes are all ruffled and rumpled. They're just alright for me. There's some weird kind of parts over here that don't look great as well. The belt buckle's pretty cool, also with that kind of like crown piece. I'm not sure what that is. It's very clumpy and dumpy though. Kind of big and really just like thicker than other figures, I would think. You get up and then down for the articulation, all the way around, a swivel over here. Double jointed pinless elbow over here. Very nicely done for that. You get a swivel over there and up and down for that, as well as a back and a forth crunch for that with a swivel. And the belt follows that. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm not used to this. It's very strange. This can come off, though, if you want to, though. The legs have gotten chunkier. I swear these figures are weirdly proportioned. It looks nice, though. His jeans are pretty good. Go out this far and in, up this far and back pretty okay. Double jointed, pinless tech knee going pretty well and very strong. You get a swivel over here. You get kind of a pivot, I would guess. No swivel down here, I guess. Down and up with a pivot, and toupee goes upon the feet. It's just okay, I guess. Let's see how the scroll pieces fare. The head sculpt is new, but the hands aren't. We've seen them before. They're just pretty much okay, I would guess. The same articulation. It's very blah blah, very ho-hum on that front. But getting to this head sculpt, it looks like the Grinch and a Who had a kid. It's really awkward, super weird. I don't like it. It's just that weird kind of uncanny valley I think is creeping in for this. Don't get me wrong, the sculpt is alright. There's some weird flanging over here. The ear's fine. I like the other one way better, honestly. Swivel over here. The articulation's even hindered a little bit. It's barely okay. I like the Ben Mendelsohn one much better anyways. And he does have the exact same hand sculpts as the previous Nick Fury, so he can hold the gun of the young or the old Nick Fury. Anyone else getting Star Trek vibes? Just me? And here are the Secret Invasion and Captain Marvel Taloses next to their Secret Invasion and Captain Marvel Nick Furies, and I gotta say, the Captain Marvel ones are just so much better in every way possible. And for a height comparison, the Captain Marvel Talos stands at about just above 6 inches tall or so, and the Secret Invasion Talos stands at about just under 6 inches tall around. I do love the Talos from Captain Marvel, even though I think all the engineering is nice for the new one. It just doesn't compare to the other one. It looks so much cooler and so much more alien. They do look really nice next to the kit-bashed Avengers, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Nick Fury, that's pretty cool. And also here's Jesse Hecht Creative. Dude, you don't just have a green thumb. You've got the whole hand. Overall, it's a secret to everybody. Yon Rogg is only good for army building, no Jude Law head. He has nice sculpt and articulation as well as paint, but really, that blaster sells him short. The young Nick Fury has an amazing head sculpt, but the body is just okay underneath. However, I do find him good for kit bashing opportunities. The Secret Invasion Nick Fury is a pass aside from the weapons and the hat. It just isn't that great a figure for me, even for kit bashing. The Captain Marvel Talos is awesome. I love the sculpt and effort put into it, and with a bunch of them you can make a very formidable army. And even though the tooling from Secret Invasion Talos is awesome, I find this figure to be lackluster. His scroll form doesn't look that great, even though his human form looks really nice. I just can't get behind the new head sculpt they're using. If you're a fan of the MCU, Captain Marvel, or Secret Invasion, these are the figures for you. But if not, I would just get Talos and maybe a couple Yon Roggs as well as the young Nick Fury. But make no mistake, it's no secret that these figures aren't a Marvel. So which figure is your favorite? Yon Rogg, Talos, or Nick Fury? And which version? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.